Okay, so I guess the big difference between the sums that you're doing and the sums that I've just done on the board is this. What we're doing on the board at the moment is a little simple in that we are always borrowing from the column to the left. So we ask ourselves the question, is 3 larger than 6? And the answer is no. So we know we have to borrow. And what that has meant is that we have gone to here and we have borrowed, which is great, but that's not always possible. If you look in the tens column, you can see that there's a 4 on top, which would be 40, and you can see that there's a 6 at the bottom, which is worth 60. So we have to ask ourselves the question, can we borrow from here? Is the top number larger than the bottom number? And the answer is no. These are actually very similar. 4 and 3 is both smaller than 6. So when you ask yourself the question, can I borrow from here? The answer is no. The reason is because the top number is not bigger than the bottom number. So you actually have to keep moving along. You have to come across to this one and you have to ask yourself the question again, is the top number larger? Can I borrow from this spot? And the answer is yes, because the 3 is larger than the 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow one of these hundreds and I'm going to put one of these hundreds in here and make 14. Now, I guess this is the tricky bit here in that you can't stop there. You have to keep moving because we want to get all the way back to the ones column. This is quite tricky. 14 becomes 13. And I'm going to borrow one of those 10s and I'm going to put it in here. So there's a fair bit there. That's tricky, I'll give you that. Now we've got 13, take away 6. Top number is larger than the bottom number. We've now got 13, take away 6, and 2, take away 1. What we've done there is we've borrowed and we've made every number larger on top, which means we can subtract. So 13 take away 6 is 7. 13 take away 6 is 7. 2 take away 1 is 1. There are two really important questions you have to ask yourself today. Is the top number larger? And that's to work out whether you should be borrowing or not. The second question is, can I borrow from here? Because on the board, you've been able to borrow from the column just next door. But in your sums today, you have to ask yourself, can I borrow from here? Or is the bottom number larger? And if the bottom number is larger, then you've got the same problem. I'll do another one. $351, subtract 176. Starting here, I ask myself the question, can I start with 1 and take away 6? Is the top number larger? And the answer is no, it's not larger, it's smaller. So I have to borrow. So I just come across 1 and I ask myself, can I borrow from here? Is the top number larger than the bottom number? Is 5 larger than 7? Can I borrow from there? Question mark. The answer is no. So I have to come across again. can I start with 3 and take away 1? The answer is yes. I can do that. So I will borrow from here. This becomes a 2, 200, and I'm going to pinch one of those hundreds and add it to the tens. Cool. So now I've got 2 take away 1, I've got 15 take away 7, and I've got 1 take away 6. There's still a problem there. I've still got 1 take away 6. So I haven't finished borrowing just yet. 15 no more becomes 14. And the 1 that we borrowed goes in here to make 11. 11 take away 6, 14 take away 7, 2 take away 1. Now what we've got is the larger number on top and the smaller number on the bottom, and that means that we can take away. So 11 take away 6 makes 5, 14 take away 7 makes 7, and 2 take away 1 makes 1. If you wanted to go do the Mr. O'Mara ones, that would be fine. If you want to tackle the Mr. Taylor ones, that would be fine. If you want to watch this again, that would be fine.